I'm sorry if it's blurry, macam tak clear. I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry, daddy. Yeah. So let's talk about, I don't know, just my memories, I guess. No woman involved, just primary school memories, I think lah. Because suddenly I saw a TikTok video about this guy making DIY ice cream. Then like, oh yeah, I didn't make it, but I remember someone making it in my class. So there was this experiment my science teacher wanted to make. This was in primary 3, I think. Primary 3, primary 4. Then my teacher was like, hey guys, tomorrow let's make a DIY ice cream. She told us to bring, she didn't tell us to bring ice, cause the science class was like late in the morning, like probably like going to lunch already. So it'd be 11 plus. Then terlambat buat ais, dah cair sia. So she only told us to bring milk and salt. Milk and salt. Okay, back in that time, my family was struggling. I was living with my mother. She was like raising 4 kids on her own. So like she was like, struggling lah to even survive. We all of us were struggling in general to survive. So I was like, fuck, we don't have milk for supper. Milk was like, for you to have a carton of milk at that point in time was like, wow, that means kita ada duit lebih this month. Trust me, at that point in time, to even have McDonald's is considered luxury, I was like, wow, kita ada duit lebih, siul. What the hell? Are we rich? So I didn't bring milk. I didn't even want to ask my mom, hey, can we bring back salt home? Cause at that point in time, since young, when it comes to my family, I always like keep my mouth shut. I didn't even dare to ask for shit. Plus, I know like we weren't as, how to say, like financially stable compared to other families. Plus, we were living in a 2-bedroom house, 1 hall, 1 bedroom. That's it. And the bedroom was being rented out. Like my mom was renting out to some other people lah. I think so. That's the situation was. I forget. But I know all of us were sleeping in the hall. So macam, it was a very broke era. But I'm glad I grew up in that house, cause like made me more humble, more. It's like eye-opening by the way. Like when I compared myself how I grew up compared to some of my rich friends and how they are now, like wow, I'm fucking glad I didn't grow up rich. Like in the future I want my kids to grow up in a rich environment, yes. But I'm glad I didn't grow up in that. Anyways, even if my children were to grow up in a rich environment, I wouldn't make them fucking, how to say, stuck up, sir. Macam they think like everything revolves around money. They can do anything if they want. They can do anything they want cause their parents have money. I can buy this one. Tak apalah. My parents got money, but let me check my job. Ada phone, ada kerja. Yeah. So I legit have friends like that. So stuck up, so annoying. What else? Oh yeah, didn't. So the stupid thing about that experiment, the one my teacher made, is if you never bring anything, you cannot have any of it. So I was there like, tengok je, macam bestnya korang makan ice cream. And the fact I didn't have money for school, I didn't even eat shit. Only ate either leftovers or if there's food at home. Like if my mom can bring like food from work, then I'm like, oh, makan je lah. But by the time my mom reach home, I'll be asleep already. Then I have to go up and then wake up for school. Then she'll be asleep, then tak apalah. So it was normal for me to not eat on a certain day. But I'm not saying like I'm legit pure struggle life. Of course they tried to feed me as much or as when they can, which I appreciate lah. Everyone struggles along through life lah. Like if you don't struggle, then what's the point of living? Like you have to struggle once in a while, not throughout life. Like if throughout life, then check lah. You know how tiring it is. What else happened during primary school? I don't know. I got knocked out. Like got this. So okay, the primary school I grew up in was like in Ganseng. That was like primary 3 to primary 5. I had really racist as classmate. Really racist. That was like my first experience of racism, because they were Chinese. First we played like Chinese versus Malay. That's normal lah. That's just soccer. Whatever Malay won, are you surprised? And then the thing is, I wasn't friends with any of those Malay people. I just joined them because we were kids. We were like, oh, jom let's play soccer. I guess. Then the majority of those Chinese people, the opponent, were my classmates, so they weren't happy lah. But the way I got knocked out has nothing to do with soccer. I forgot what's this guy's name. I forgot. Bernard or something. Something letter B. Let's say Bernard Bernard and his gang his group of friends clique just gang I was like he kept like, hey, fuck you lah, whatever, yada yada. And I'm like, what the fuck I do? Back then I was a very weak, like big hearted. I always take shit to the heart. Like, what the hell, what I do? So like, back and forth. So his gang was like 7-8 people, a lot by the way. I had no friends. I had 0 friends, and I had 2 or 3, but they were from other classes. So like, fuck. So after that, after the whole school ends, probably around I think 2 p.m. plus, they ganged up on me. They closed off the lights, the fan. They ganged up on me. They threw me over the table. Fucking punched the socks out of me. I knocked out. Woke up like, what the fuck happened? Went home crying. Dude, of course I cried. Why the fuck wouldn't I cry at all? Then I remembered, I think my mom was picking me up. I think I was crying. I kicked off the Chinese prayers tin, the metal tin, the one they throw their incense paper and whatnot. Mom was like, what happened? Yeah, I didn't tell them until this day lah. I was like, why? Why would I tell? I got beaten up. Was an experience to like Bernard and gang. I really hope you all can go to hell. You all fucking racist piece of shit. I found a picture of like myself in primary school that Bernard was inside that picture. Fuck y'all. Oh my god. I legit y'all go to a hell. What has happened in primary school? I saw my first pair of tits in primary school. Like apart from like through porn, but like, I think it was like in primary 4. I was going to my neighbour's house, then I was like, jom lah kita bawa skate. Skater siul back then. So we went down skate, and she was like, I have to change clothes first. She took off her top. Then she forgot she wasn't wearing a bra. And I'm like, my first pair of tits. But I was like, macam lelaki je. Because she was flat. That's why I like, ni lelaki perempuan. I just kept quiet. I just laughed through it. From my house to the Red Hill MRT was like one long slope. There's 2 slopes. One is towards Bukit Merah Market, something market. Then one was towards Red Hill MRT. So the one towards the Bukit Merah like market there was fucking steep. Fucking steep, bro. That shit like make my heart race like hell. Cause plus the steps were rugged. So if you were to skate down, you can eat shit anytime. But towards the Red Hill MRT was not so steep. But still you could go down very fucking fast. So I went down. She stopped halfway because like, hey, this is a bit too fast, but like, I just continued. I couldn't stop in time because I didn't know how to learn how to stop pee. So I just went down. My board was on the grass already. So I was like, oh shit, aku nak jatuh. So I fell. I landed. So there was a car, then the car chun stop. I land, my head crashed on the wheel, on the rim. Then the guy like, are you okay? Yeah, sure. I'm too sure I was concussed. I was like, my brain wasn't thinking straight. I was like sluggish. Like, oh damn. Yeah. I think after that I stopped skating the hill. I mean I'm pretty sure I continued lah, but like not as like fuck it as I thought. So the next time, instead of like the pavement, I skate on the road instead. But if the road is clear, as dumb as I am, I still know my safety, like road law and whatnot. It was fun lah. It was legit fun. Like okay, when I think about buying a house, because from what I know, that Lengkok, that 2-room house, you can only live there, rent out there, is if you have like financial issues and whatnot. Like there's a criteria to go through. I don't think so I'm able to, because first of all, I'm single, not divorced, not married. I'm sure if I'm divorced, then I can live there, then I apply for whatever that I have to pay. Because back then, if I recall, it wasn't, you don't have to pay a lot. I think it was like 50 per month. Then you have to top up your own self, the electric cartridge. That could last you like $20 could last you a month, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, if I could live there, I would live now. If I could live there, I would live there now. Even now, I would. Back then was ghetto though. Now not so ghetto. Back then was, some of my neighbors were selling contraband, whatever you wanted to find. My on top neighbor was selling contraband cigarette. Plus, he's a painter. I was like, okay. But by then I didn't smoke lah at one time, because I was still in primary school. I only started smoking in secondary school. I got beaten out there. Yeah. For some stupid shit. What else do I remember about Lengkok? I don't think so much happened. Yeah. Just very ghetto. So I grew up ghetto no matter what. Just that I'm not so ghetto now. I think. I don't think so I'm ghetto. I think so.